Yeah, no, I think people. I don't know. You guys can tell me as well over there, and that's fair. As I forget about me too. Um, the Noita stuff. I think that's enjoyable. I had a nice 2 hour run last night get ruined because I had this wand, right? And that wand terrified me, but it was so good.
It
And
was a magic wand.
all it was two things. It was oh, I can't remember. Spark bolt with double trigger. And I didn't need the double trigger part, right? But then I had explosion of thunder. Basically one shot everything. So that was nice. Until it killed me. But
big rip.
That's how it goes. What do I put this under? It's not news and politics. They don't have podcast on YouTube things. Entertainment? I don't know. Is this entertainment? People on blogs, I guess.
It's not very entertaining.
No. I mean, just enough, I guess. But really, when it comes to the TIRCast stuff, the only people showing up on the YouTube side of things are, wow. No, you put that right beneath my mouth. You're not playing
I
Noita?
like it, but I feel like it's spinning too fast.
It really is. It's not that it's distracting, it's just that
it deserves to spin slower so people can appreciate it.
Appreciate the ridiculously high level of quality that this render is.
How would you like to eat a pound of cheese fried?
What if I put it into sticks and fry it? You son of a bitch, I'm in. There we go. Oh my god, I am all out over the place. I lost track of time. We're hanging out with family, so you'll have to forgive me or not. I'm not your mom, so
I'm going to personally hold it against you for the entirety of the rest of our friendship.
Oh well, fantastic.
I thought so.
I don't know how long that's going to be.
Another month or two.
I figured, yeah.
Yeah.
At least until the new year.
Yeah.
When we renew the contract. Oh, all right. We're gonna copy the widget and chat box properties. Blammo. This page is not available. Oh, that's great. Thanks. Maybe I didn't delete all of it. Here we go. Try that. There we go. I didn't delete everything.
Oh, that is far too slow now.
And it broke the... Now it looks like it's a really unoptimized game. It looks like you're trying to render too many
that's the way it feels.
Like pixels on your screen or something like that. Also, your chat box is a little too much. All right. Mine appears to be working though.
I see what happened. It's because, fellas,
the mozzarella sticks are lagging. Well, I mean, you said it.
Stream elements.
It's too bad one of the mozzarella sticks are not in the marinara.
Yeah, I guess.
Like a garnish, you know? They are missing some green on that marinara too on the top. Just for color, you know? You're not gonna get much flavor out of it. But like the nice pop of green on top of the red marinara. That might be a personal thing. Oh yeah,
That's not the right one.
I forgot to install video games from last time. I think I was supposed to install something.
Not that I remember.
I feel like I was supposed to, but I can't remember, like, what, you know? At least I've gotten over the, like, not wanting to play video games thing. Though the video game I chose has been Noita, so that's kind of the same thing. Pretty sure I already installed it. No, I sure did.
There we go. Chat should be fixed now.
I have played 14 hours in the last 2 weeks.
Silly me, I changed the number in the OBS thing, but not in the stream element space. And
Of course. I still only have 59 hours in Noita, though. I wish there was, like, a way to check, like, playtime, like a graph, right? Because I would like to know if this is the most amount of time I've spent in Noita over the past 2 weeks since I've bought the game.
Alright, this will actually take me, like, having to do a good job, so I'm just gonna leave him spinning faster now. Because I don't want to lose the quality.
Isn't there, like, filters you can put on in... like,
actually, yeah,
OBS?
there might be one. I didn't think of that.
Like, I know you can, like, put a delay on it. That would be, like, funny at first, but then just, like, the exact same thing as it is now. Let's see. Filters. Add a filter. You can make it you can make it scroll. I just saw that option, then looked over and saw that it was already scrolling. You know what?
This is it.
That is peak content, right? The absolute cinema. That, you know, just pack it in. We're done here. I don't think there's... Yeah,
I might as well, like, get off the screen and just have that be the streamer.
The mozzarella sticks is now the streamer.
That's right.
I mean, I think you can upload GIFs to, oh god, what is it now? I can't remember. Is it... It's still the same website, right? Yeah, the Fugi Tech.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could do it. You could be the mozzarella stick VTuber.
It could be sitting still when you're not talking and start spinning when you talk.
Or, like, the sauce is the mouth.
Oh, that would be disturbing.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Because, like, tomatoes are acidic,
I mean,
right?
a bit. South Park Canadian. Oh, just a flapping mouth. Yeah.
Just a flap. Just a yapping mouth thing there. It's kind of weird having a TIRCast on a Wednesday, but I can make zero promises that I'll be on in time to have it tomorrow.
I mean, you really did manage to be on in time today. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have 2 more Thanksgivings to go to tomorrow.
That'll do it.
Oh god. But we actually got out of the house at like 9 o'clock, got some breakfast, and went out to a different city to go to a museum.
That's nice.
Virginia Air and Space Center. It's pretty cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
Had like a bunch of like NASA jets and stuff like that in there, and
That seems like a good time.
they had this like really fun like simulation table thing. You could tell that it was just basically a giant tablet, but a giant Windows tablet at that. But like you could create solar systems. You could collide a bunch of stars together to make a really giant star that could supernova into a black hole.
That just sounds like fun.
You could make a solar system that supported life, and then make a bunch of solar systems, and then have those solar systems be colonized by your like spacefaring civilization. And if you got too much technology all over like a bunch of universes, you had a Fermi solution come through where a Dyson swarm comes through and just destroys all of your planets.
That sounds like a blast.
Yeah. So I made a giant black hole and destroyed the Dyson swarm. Oh yeah, no, it was absolutely fun. It was surprising. But and then like, oh, you could also make a super massive black hole that would like basically crash the game. Except instead of crashing the game, it would like everything gets sucked into the black hole and then it restarts.
That seems like fun.
Oh, I absolutely had more fun than my son did.
As it should be.
I'm just sitting there playing with this table thing, and I'm like, he's like getting in there, trying to ruin stuff, and I'm just like, stop.
Dada, can we go?
I'm doing something. No, he was having a blast with it too. But there was a lot of like, I'm sure everyone here has played like a lunar lander like game or whatever, where you know you have the little lunar lander. They had a bunch of those. They had like a Mars rover game thing, so he had a bunch of fun.
Very nice.
Got to see a bunch of like, I guess they're probably just recreations of the like space capsules and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's not like a huge center by any means. The only thing that was like really disappointing is that my son wanted nothing to do with the freeze-dried ice cream. I'm trying.
Are you sure he's not like a pod person?
I'm like trying to figure out where I went wrong with that one, you know?
That was like the reason to go to like science museums before I was into that.
Time to I know, right? Like it's like, oh my god, man, come on. No, we were at the gift shop. I'm like, he's like, I want to get this and this. I'm like, there's only one thing that we're going to go to a gift shop for, and that's going to be this. Oh, I am by no means like, we didn't go to the Air and Space Center specifically because they had freeze-dried ice cream in the gift shop. I could just go to REI for that, right?
But while you're there,
you gotta get some. But he didn't want any, so I'm like, okay, well, you know what? On one hand, I don't know who you are, and on the other hand, I get to save money, so I guess I'm not that upset.
No. So you're going about this all wrong. You get one for him. He says he doesn't want it, then you get to have two.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I could just go to like REI, and it was cheaper at REI for freeze-dried ice cream sandwiches. You know?
What's your go-to for the freeze-dried?
The Neapolitan ice cream sandwich, and then after the strawberries.
I'm not big on the strawberry personally.
I can see that. They are quite sour. It is not.
Freeze drying gives it that extra tang.
So like when I was growing up, I was a middle child, right? So like my food was always getting like eaten, so I started eating really spicy foods, black licorice, and the sour candies.
That explains so much about why you like black licorice.
Okay, so like
truly foul stuff.
No. Here's the thing. So like you're thinking black licorice, you're thinking like the really cheap stuff.
I'm thinking the really expensive, fancy Italian candies.
Okay, so then like once you get past the bitterness, you get all of the other flavors that are in there. Once your body recognizes, oh, this isn't poison, you get all of the other flavors that black licorice has to offer. But
I never hit that point.
But you have to get to that point.
I never hit it. It never happens. I've tried multiple times. Black licorice is not for me, man.
I have very, very strong, pleasant memories of visiting my grandparents in their, I don't know, summer home in New Jersey or whatever, and my grandfather would be making pizzelles, and it would be very, very strong smell of anise. And that probably helped. I'm not sure.
I imagine so.
And so it's funny. That's the smell I remember. So when I'm making the pizzelles, that's what I go for when I'm mixing the dough and all that for the cookies itself. I smell the dough. I don't taste it because you shouldn't eat raw flour. But I smell the dough, and if it doesn't smell right, or if it smells close, I'll go ahead and use it, right? But as it's cooking, if it doesn't smell right, I will adjust the recipe. And one year my dad had asked me for the recipe, and I said nobody ever gave it to me. He's like, "What?
Surprise.
What do you mean nobody ever gave it to you? But the pizzelles that you make taste exactly like we called them Poppy. It's exactly how Poppy made them." I'm like, I go by smell. So it was kind of a tangent there, but I'm pretty sure that's what helped me get over like the bitter taste of like the black licorice. Because those are some of the flavors that you get after getting past that bitter, it's oh my god, it's poison phase.
I wish I could say that happened for me. It doesn't.
I got nothing for you then. Tangents, it's helped. Tangents helped me get over the bitterness of the black licorice. Oh god. Okay. Hey, I will be right back. I'm going to go get myself the fanciest glass of brandy you have ever seen. Because the only glasses I have are wine glasses.
I got myself a special little hand-blown tequila glass, and I'm happy.
I have whiskey tumblers. And I have wine glasses. But nothing for brandy. And one of the customers at my place of work was like, "Here, do you like brandy?" And I'm like, "I know I can't say no to you because you'll get very offended if I turn down your gift. So yeah, sure, I like brandy." You have these plastic.
And then he learned that he actually did like brandy.
It's okay. Like the first couple of sips are like really rough, but apparently you're supposed to drink it at room temperature, which is like crazy to me, right? Because like whiskey you want usually on the rocks, cold.
It's the same thing with tequila. You want room temperature because that's when all of the other flavors can bloom.
Yeah. Well, it's like, you know, when we're talking about steak, you know, like medium rare is like where all the flavor is.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'll be right back.
Coney Island sounds like a great place to almost kill a child. He can't swim. Why you being so weird, PC? What you doing? Not dropping frames, am I? No. You have plastic cups from like 30 years ago. Built different. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to think what the old... I have old glass cups. I think there might be a set of like old school McDonald's cups or something from some movie or other. Can't remember now. Oh, you little shit, I know what you're doing. Fuck you, stop updating games. I did not give you permission. There we go.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright, also, so like anytime I see a wine glass, I think about this like AI art subreddit thing I came across. And there was a guy like, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to get the AI art model to provide you a picture of a completely full glass of wine. The guy has like 20 pictures of like his prompts, and then like the picture failing to get a fully full glass to the rim of wine. And the guy doesn't seem to realize that the only way that the AI art models do anything is by copying stuff that it finds on the internet.
Yeah. Which, I mean, while we're talking about it, technically speaking, a full glass of wine is only supposed to be about half full. You're not really supposed to fill it up to the top.
Because otherwise it can't breathe properly. The reason the wine glass is shaped the way that it is so that
it can decant.
Alternatively, you could just throw it in a decanter and then just pour the wine and enjoy it immediately.
Honestly, I've seen people do tests and stuff. You know what actually works?
No.
I don't know that I'd ever do it, but just blender. Sticking wine in a blender and like pulsing it for a little while is equivalent and or better than letting it actually like just decant or pouring it through an aerator. It sounds so wrong, but I desperately want to try it once.
I am the person that convinced, or am trying to encourage my wife at any rate, to use our blender to blend eggs for scrambled eggs. So, that being said, I'd give it a shot. Wine? Yes.
Get her to do it with that and then be like, okay, now if it works with this, come on, the eggs.
She's done it once and then like has gone back to using a measuring cup. But we'll get back to the wine thing in just a moment. So like, I'm pretty sure, you know, like this is kind of an awkward thing for us. So, you know, Wednesday's stream is usually like a solo stream on my part, right? And I do have a plan to get back to streaming. I do have to kind of get over my like, I can't even say I'm addicted to Noita, because it's more like there's nothing else that I want to play right now that wouldn't be for stream. So let me just load up Noita, right?
I get that.
So like, I'm looking at Noita in my Steam list right now. I have 0 what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out here, Frank. Desire?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I needed to borrow the brain cell for a moment. Desire to play the game. Like, I could, or, I mean, I could do something else. But anyway,
we could literally just sit and talk, considering as we did last week, and it turned out pretty good.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna be able to talk until midnight per se, but
I mean, are we gonna go until midnight?
I mean, I don't have anything to do tomorrow except, you know, wake up and eat food. But I don't know if I'll make it to midnight. But I should have saved and quit that run last night instead of playing past midnight.
I thought you said you did have a save of it.
I do have a backup of the save, but I don't think I'm gonna go back and do it.
Oh, fair.
Get
it for real.
Yeah, it's like I learned a lot from the run. Not necessarily from the game itself. I mean, there was some experimentation that I did. You could run around with a boomerang perk, a wand with a trigger spell that explodes. Well, like, you know what? Like, I can post the GIF in video games.
It was a beautiful death.
Yeah. Everything lined up to perfectly kill me in that particular moment. I have no idea where that shit is saved.
You could always just grab it from the Discord and save it again.
Yeah, but then I have to save it, and like that's a lot.
Literally just drag it to your desktop, lazy ass.
Okay, I have all of my desktop icons hidden, so then now I have to open another folder to get to my desktop.
Why do you have them hidden?
Because it looks good. Also, if you're a streamer and you ever show your desktop, do you really want your porn folder being shown there?
They literally just see stream resources dump in my recycle bin.
Dump. There's the there's the porn folder right there.
Don't
let anybody lie to you.
The porn has its own drive.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse
like I'm
me.
some kind of heathen.
I mean, if anything, I'm the heathen. But
I'm a degenerate, not a heathen. There's a difference.
Stream resources is poor. That's right. Let's see. Open here. I'm just gonna open the game. Oh, why did the game just change into? Oh my god. Language.
No, I'll make 3 different folders. I'll make one not porn, one porn, and one ultra
Italiano.
porn.
Wow, that's real clean. I accidentally clicked the language. There we go. Oh, I accidentally clicked the language button and it changed into like Russian or something.
Damn, why'd you fuck up that badly?
Oh, because I fucked up that badly.
You should not do that.
Let's see.
Just a little bit of friendly advice.
So I'm gonna show first in video games. I'm just gonna go ahead and post the first GIF is when I was showing Frank the wand in action, and then the second one is gonna be when some weird dead body thing floated up just in time to block the projectile.
Yeah, it was very impressive, like right up until he shit the bed.
But it was fun because like.
Knock knock. Hey, Rick.
Pretty sure there's a desktop /dump one, dump old, previous dump to sort, dump. Now I'm sure at some point he does just delete the whole dump folder and then starts it all over again.
No, Nearly's right. It's layers within layers.
Oh.
Yeah. And actually, I'm pretty sure he actually got some of the names right.
Even better. Even better. Yeah, so I definitely... That's a skill issue. That's not getting noited. The noita moment was when I jumped in, and I think the only person who's going to really understand this is Ezza, but finally got into the jungle and got ambushed and went from 390 HP to 19 HP.
You had a bad time.
Mm-hmm. Ah. Oh!
Smooth?
Oh, yeah. Oh, super smooth. Ah. It's Emperado or something like that. Gold brandy. This is also the same customer that last Christmas gave us all a bunch of like Crown Royal. Nice. I have not opened that though. I'm waiting. My brother's a really big whiskey drinker.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for him to come over so we can enjoy some whiskey together.
Well, that's nice.
Whenever that might be. But you know, as adults we're all fairly busy with stuff. Speaking of busy with stuff, my cannabis plant, I am once again having issues with maintaining humidity. I don't have the I don't have the fan on. Humidity spikes to 90%.
Jesus Christ.
For those who don't know, way too high. When I have the fan on the lowest setting it'll go to, 47%, which is 3% too low. So I've been having to go back and forth between having the fan on and turning the fan off. So that's fun. Too much crap on it. So like I'm fairly organized when it comes to stuff. There is some more. So I started an organization style, right? And then like halfway through making that organization style, I was like, you know what would be a better way to organize stuff, and I started doing that. And I have not converted the old system to the new system, so I have several art asset folders, for example, but they all like have art in them, so at the very least. But like I have in my drive, just straight up just E/art, and then I have Twitch/art, and then YouTube/art, instead of having art folder and then, you know, break it down into Twitch and YouTube from there. I'll get there at some point. And then you come with the now I've decided on, so the new system that I have now is actually the system I do want to go with. But like I have to be in the mood to like kind of do that stuff, but also not have anything else to do. And instead of doing that, I started playing Noitis. So the organization is not likely to happen anytime soon.
I love the way you phrased that. Very Italian. The organization is not likely to happen anytime soon.
Anytime soon. Well, you know, we are on the more Italian of the TIRCast things here.
That's true. Well, you are at least.
Oh, yeah, I just noticed that you're on the... Is that what we're doing here? Do you have... Is that one in the drive?
The Italian one... Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah, that one.
I can throw it in the drive really quick.
What if it's already in the drive? Maybe you already did that. Maybe you thought ahead.
I definitely did.
Okay.
Because this one I was going to redo. I was going to do the little chat box on the Italian one. But I accidentally did it on this version instead.
I see. But then, like, what you can do is when you get the chance.
It's uploading right now.
Okay.
It'll take like 2 seconds. It's done.
All right. Picture 16. I see that I attempted to do some sort of organization stuff in here. What's this? Storyboard. Wow, I was actually like trying to be a guy, wasn't I?
Yeah. You took it a little too far that time.
Huh? What are you talking? I'm going through the Google Drive for the TIRCast, and like, and you buy another H. No. See, I went ahead and bought 2 4-terabyte hard disk drives.
All right, it's up as one alternate.
One alternate. One alternate. This Zelda jazz is quite nice.
I thought so.
I enjoy it. Alright. Where was I saving these? Overlays, I think? Yes, there it is. One alternate move to overlays. No, goodness, no. 2 4-terabyte HDDs. Not SSDs. I have... fuck. Let me see. Hang on. I have 5 drives.
I only have 4 right now. Sag.
2 1 terabyte solid states, 2 4-terabyte hard disks, and then I think 500. Yeah, 500 gigabyte solid state for the very, very important programs and the operating system. So like the things that like run best on the C drive. OBS.
I gotta get a bigger C drive.
Adobe when I had it. There.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was like, I'm only gonna use it for the operating system. I don't need 1 terabyte. No, not man.
Well, that's where you like messed up first.
Yeah, I should have gone big.
Always need more C drive.
Facts.
It's not it wasn't the Steve drive that I, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait, where is my 1 terabyte? Browse. Oh, it's got a nice little like black box for
the chat, yeah. That was the whole thing I was supposed to be doing on the other one.
So, okay. Okay, I'll have to adjust it on my end because it doesn't really work out for me. But that's not an issue. That's a me issue. You have 7 drives, but I only have 4 hooked up at the minute. Yeah, I get that. I had my old case had like a hot swap, like bay on top.
Oh, I love hot swap bays.
It was like right on top, so I could literally just take a hard drive and shove it in there. Have a great time. Oh no, my Nitro access is ending in 2 days. Well, maybe they should stop just giving me free 2 weeks of Nitro.
I don't know, it sounds like they should continue doing that.
Oh yeah, no, I would enjoy that, but it's like, I'll get Nitro for 2 weeks, and then I'll wait like a week, and they'll be like, hey, you could try out Nitro free for 2 weeks. You know, maybe I'll sit on it for a little bit, and then they'll be like, hey, 3 weeks? Sure, alright, fine. So there'd be like a solid 2 weeks of me being able to upload, I think it's like 50 megabyte files to Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I have to start uploading those back to YouTube. You have... I definitely don't have a problem number of drives. That sounds like you might have a problem with the amount of drives that you have.
He can stop whenever he wants.
Oh, I'm sure. All right, well, I'm sure people are curious about like what like giant like announcement thing that I had. And this is probably about as many people as we're gonna have, which is essentially a last minute like planned stream, I guess. So full disclosure, I am a complete and utter degenerate, and I've already talked to Frank about this because he's the one that got me into it. But for the nearly last 4 months, actually in 2 days, it'll be 4 months, since I started playing, wait, how's the title go again? Goddess of Victory Nike?
Yep.
Completely free to play, by the way. Not that there's anything with spending money, as I check my like $2,200 spent in Valorant skins.
We all have our vices.
Yeah. But, you know, I've been playing that game for a while. If you're not familiar, it has been described to me as a booty shooter. And that's essentially what, you know, you come for the, you know, to the game.
Come for the jiggling butts, stay for the depression, and...
Yeah, you see all the sexy characters that they have drawn up there. There's a couple that I have an issue with. And mainly because of their depiction of their ages, mostly. But those are...
Classic Japan.
2? 1?
Well,
2?
3 of it.
3?
Yeah. Well, there's a handful, but majority of them are...
Yeah, but it's not important. I avoid those characters at any rate. But then the story is like depressing as fuck, so that's nice.
It's a blast.
And they recently destroyed us with the most recent major anniversary story.
Oh god, the angst.
Yeah.
Pain, suffering.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Yeah. So that's the major announcement that I told Frank, and I made him believe that was the major announcement today. Approximately 3 months ago, my wife woke me up right before she headed off to work, and she handed me a stick, and on that stick were 2 lines. We're having another kid.
Yo, congrats.
Thank you. Thank you. We are straight through the first trimester. You're sorry. It is absolutely something that we wanted to do. We had discussed it heavily, you know, and decided that that was the correct and right decision. It's not your fault. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah. Well, thank you. And,
it's not my fault your wife got pregnant.
Yeah. We did not tell our son until yesterday, because we knew that if we had told him beforehand, he would be telling everybody, everywhere. And wouldn't you know it, he was telling strangers at the Air and Space. I'm gonna be a big brother. There's a baby in my mommy's tummy.
At least he's excited about it.
Yeah, no, he's like super excited about it. It's something that he's been at, and this isn't why we made the decision, but it's been basically something he's been asking for since he was like, could speak. Yeah. That's what the adults hear as a absolutely. You have to Crin Son 2 or Crin Dot. We don't know yet. There are like I guess genetic testing that you can do, but at this early stage, it's kind of super invasive and not really worth doing.
Yeah, I'd imagine best bet is just to wait around to get the Sano done.
Yeah. So we've had we've already done the first ultrasound, so I do have those pictures. I was going to actually I can have my wife send them to me real quick if people are interested. Maybe she's already sent them to me. I don't remember. I like how the Samsung Messages app just says images 99 plus.
Like, gee, thanks. Very helpful.
Yeah, there's... And there were some names that she was suggesting, and I'm like, okay, have you ever heard of this subreddit Tragedy? And she was on there for like an hour.
You thought it was going to be her seeing what names to avoid, but she was just getting ideas.
Well, no. She's found very interesting spellings of her own name on the subreddit, and she's like, how could they do this to these kids? I'm like, you were about to. Oh, I do also have to tell her that, you know, whenever she comes up with a name, she needs to spell it backwards as well. Just to, you know, make sure it's nothing weird.
Also, see what rhymes with it.
Yeah.
I remember the schoolyard.
Yeah. But we've had a we had a girl's name picked out, but we gave it to the dog instead. So we have a second girl's name, but we don't have a boy's name picked out yet. You know, the old wives' tale. Well, if you have no problem coming up with one gender name, but a problem with the other, it's probably what you're gonna have. And that's all fine and good, but we literally picked the name out essentially right after giving the dog the name, the initial name that I wanted.
Well, I'm sure your four-legged daughter appreciates it.
Oh yeah, no, she is very appreciative of the life that we've given her, except for when we leave for all day for several days in a row. But you know,
betrayer.
Yeah, and my brother-in-law, whose house we went to today, also has a dog. Her name is Peach, and almost as crazy as Freya is. But anyway, the other girl's name that we had picked out is Juniper.
That's a good name.
Kind of sticking with the tree theme. But I also like the nickname Junie.
It is a good name.
And the only reason we picked that name is because my wife did not like the name Viviana.
I get it.
Yeah, but... I like it.
I mean, it's a pretty name, but...
it's very, very Italian. And I don't have a webcam up, but I'm sure everyone could sense me holding up the hand.
It's a very specific type of Italian.
It's kind of old world. I know.
Not even that.
I mean, we could have named her Julia, which I still like to this day cannot get over the spelling. As many times as I've seen it over my.
Oh, you mean like Giuli?
Yeah.
As soon as you said it, I was like, oh, I know what he means now.
Yeah. Because, like, you know, the name Julia in English, Julia. super easy to understand what's going on there, but, like, if you don't speak a lick of Italian, you're going to look at Giulia, and you're going to be like, the Gulia?
See, me personally, I get it because A, Italian, and B, my best friend growing up was a guy named Gianluca, Gian.
Damn. We had a guy in high school. His name was Jeff. Spelled Geoff.
Geoff.
Yeah, that's what we called him.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because I'm sure, like, during elementary school, that's what everyone called him, and then he just literally introduced himself as Geoff to everybody in school, so.
You know what? I bet it gets his name spelled right on coffee cups.
True. Geoff, yes. I'm not even gonna, like, I don't even want to attempt to pronounce that. Sheephan. That's how we differentiated Jeffs. One was Jeff and one was Geoff. And then we had a guy that used to work for me when I was working for Advance. We called him Yef. My name is Yef. Siobhan. Get out of here. I dislike that greatly. Not as much as some of these, like, straight up tragedies of names.
I get the Sh part, but the Von I don't.
It's Irish. Yeah, like, I already have a problem with Sean, okay? Sean, Sean. Seamus. Seamus. It's like looking at Welsh words and just knowing
God.
You have no hope. Like, you look at the word, right, and it's like 17 characters long, 17 letters, and like the pronunciation is like shelf.
The only good thing about the Welsh is that their slang for the microwave is popty ping.
Okay.
Everything else about them, just they're very strange people.
I like some of the like colloquialisms. I cannot pronounce that word to save my life on the first try.
Colloquialisms?
Yeah, one of my favorite ones is like how they say close the door. Put wood in hole. I love that so much. That reminds you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I wonder how accurate the geography is on that chart.
Probably a lot of it, honestly. The more Americanized or like clear ones are probably more modern places with higher population centers.
I just read your title featuring Crennison's Deep Dark Secret. The Deep Dark Secret is another child.
I mean, to be fair, we did say that if you ever had a kid, he would be the Antichrist.
Yeah. You know, the first time, of course, you know.
But no, he turned out fine. He's normal, so we're going for round two.
We're going for round two, the end of the world sort of deal things, you know? Like, it's just like, you know, what happens. Number two is where
coming of the Dark Lord, or it's just a kid.
You know,
roll the dice.
You know, fingers crossed, hoping it's just a kid. But you know, you never know. Like you never know what's gonna come out of there.
Look, it's fine. Just watch Good Omens. It's good prep.
It could be, it could be the son of Satan or whatever, wrought through my loins. And signal the end times. See, like
it does seem likely.
So what if I watch Good Omens, right? Or I should say, rewatch. and it turns out to be like a girl instead. Like half the prep is gone.
Yeah.
Like when you think about it. Like what do I watch at that point? The Nun, I guess? Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think so. I think it's The Nun.
I mean, still a kid, Rag, still a kid.
That's right. Ban him. We're gonna hit it with the pun! I know Sasha's not gonna show up. Didn't even think that he was going to, but I'm gonna be like... Just gonna poke at him. See what he says. Oh god, alright. Also, like, the reason I'm drinking brandy tonight instead of, like, what I normally do is I'm on a tolerance break. And I am on day 4, and my lungs are, really not having a great time.
I had him with a low blow, and yeah, it'll take a while for you to cough up all the shit that accumulated.
No. I know that absolutely. You know, I used to smoke cigarettes.
Oh, true.
And that was like, so like the nice thing is like the cigarettes are a lot more harmful than smoking cannabis. With new research, is being shown that it's not the miracle that everyone thought it was, which fair. If you thought that,
but it's still less bad.
It's still less bad, yes. But if you ever thought that like smoking something was ever going to be like considered healthy,
God no.
Like, I've got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. So like it's not anywhere near as bad, but it's definitely hurting. But like I said, nowhere near as bad as when I had quit smoking. And like that first week, besides like the cravings and all that, was the worst week of my life, I swear.
Well, just bust out the Mucinex.
I'm not having issues with like mucus buildup or anything like that. I've just been doing a lot of talking and drinking today, so my throat is a little
That's fair.
Scratchy?
Yeah, makes sense. The only smoking that's healthy is related to food. True. Which, speaking of, how's your foray into locks coming?
Haven't had any recently. We were at Wegmans the other day, and I saw the locks, and I was like, hey, maybe we can get this or whatever. And they're like, no, we can't do that because, the wife can't have fish because she's pregnant. Oh.
My brother.
Hey, that's a long fucking time to be. But old cigarette, lower tar, yeah, lower tar. But even with like cannabis, there's like not a whole lot of like chemicals, especially if you're like homegrown like me. But there's still like combustion product, which is why I want to look into one of the like vaporizers, because they heat without the combustion, but it's still hot air into lungs. This Sasha thinks is lying that I made a really huge fucking announcement today. And we're not helping. Shit, what was I saying? Anyway, so like we got we were going through the store. We ended up picking up this like goat cheese with like cranberries in it and crackers. And we get home and I'm like, you know what would be really good on this goat cheese with cranberry and crackers? And my wife looks at me and goes, smoked salmon. I'm like, yes. It would have been fantastic.
he's just gonna mope now.
Yeah, I was a little sad about it, but I mean, it's fine. Like, I'm just gonna have to have like sushi in secret, and not tell my wife about it.
We're gonna hear about you getting stabbed on the fucking news, aren't we?
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's gonna find like the spicy mayo. Like on like in my beard. She's gonna go, "What's that? What have you been doing?" You know, like the whole classic, like you know, lipstick on the
I can smell
collar.
it on you.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean? Like, nothing. I've done nothing. You know, eventually come to, you know, admit that I had a volcano roll.
You had barbecue eel without me, you bastard!
And then my freshly sharpened chef's knife is going to be pierced through my rib cage.
Yep.
Where you go with the saltines and mayo. Actually, like, my favorite so far, okay, so I haven't had that much smoked salmon. I'm still kind of getting over the texture of salmon. Like, when it comes to sushi, like, I really enjoy tuna. I've tried to have salmon, but it's too, like, mushy for me. And the smoked stuff isn't much better when it comes to texture. Its flavor's always been fairly good. But we've basically decided that we're going to end up eating a lot more fish after this one's born. Not like a huge amount more, but like a healthy amount more seafood than we have been eating.
Fish good.
But so far, like, my favorite has been like bagel with cream cheese and butter on it, and then the smoked salmon in between.
I don't do the butter when I do that, but nice little smear of cream cheese. Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's probably like the main way I'll eat it, is with the cream cheese, because like the butter is nice, great flavor, does add a lot more calories. I mean, the cream cheese is already, you know, despite all of the food I've been eating so far this week, I've somehow maintained like 214 pounds.
There you go.
I don't know how, but I have not gone back up in weight, so cheers to that, I suppose. My mother-in-law was very upset with me that I didn't try her pumpkin pie. And I'm like, 1, I'm on a diet. 2, I ate way too much food. Go have some pie. And I'm like, we're going to your house for dessert tomorrow. Like, chill. It's fine. I'll save room then. Ah! Very smooth. It's getting better, but I think if I had a brandy glass, it'd probably do better.
At the very least, you could swirl it dramatically.
No, I put way too much in the wine glass for that at the moment.
Oh, fair.
So I could like regularly swirl it. Smoked salmon and cream cheese with a touch of ketchup on a bagel. See, I'm not like a really huge fan of ketchup. Like, I'll eat it mostly with like fish sticks or fish fingers. That's really about it.
I'll put it on if I'm having like a basic cheeseburger. But anything other than like American cheese, it's nah.
There is only one cheese that you like put on burgers that you're cooking yourself, and that's American cheese. Like, it melts super well, it tastes really good, it goes with just about everything, and still allows you to taste it.
I hear you say that, but Colby Jack.
I don't know, something about Colby Jack just does not
really
sit well with me. Yeah. I've tried it recently, just something about it right now is not...
I'm surprised.
Like, I'll eat a little bit of it, and I won't feel unwell. I just won't have enjoyed what I've eaten. But one thing is like Sonic. I don't know if you've been there. They have these like breakfast toaster sandwiches.
Yeah.
It's basically like Texas-ish toast with like flavorless egg and then like your choice of meat on it. I'll get them with like bacon. It'll also have American cheese on it. And then that goes really good with ketchup. But like when a basic cheeseburger, it's basically like mayo mustard for me. You know, American cheese. And if I'm getting extra fancy, we'll have like maybe jalapenos, but definitely like pickles, tomato, lettuce. But like, honestly, the more simple the cheeseburger is, the better it is, in my opinion.
Not me. I go bougie sometimes.
Extra sharp cheddar is never the wrong answer. So like, I'll do like super sharp cheddar, like from like Wisconsin or whatever, and like my mac and cheese.
I'm gonna say something here that may be a little bit like.
Nope, ban this man already.
No, here, just hear me out. The difference between what cheese you use on your burger, it's radically different whether you melt it on the burger or melt it on the bun. American cheese, always melted on the burger for me. Any other cheese, melted on the bun when you're toasting the bun.
It's just the thing. Like, cheddar cheese does not melt properly. So you have to use like a soft cheese. So like, if you're gonna use a soft cheese, but like, no, I think the cheese needs to be melted on the butter. The butter? The burger. So like, if you're gonna do like provolone or something like that, like really thinly sliced provolone. Otherwise, it won't melt properly.
See, for me, provolone would be melted on the bun. Call me a heathen, call me a heretic.
You're probably like
this is my
thinking much thicker slices of. I'm thinking like not quite shaved, but close to shaved. Like thickness of provolone cheese.
I mean, if you're doing that though, then you have like the whole. Because yeah, you can have it super thinly like sliced, but then you're putting more on to compensate. So then, even if you like fold it and stack it up so there's like a little bit of airspace so it melts better, you're still dealing with more cheese.
No, I mean like here's the thing though. Like for the provolone, like it's a super strong taste, right? So if you want to also taste the burger, you don't want to like put too much on.
If you're talking about a provolone where you can slice it that thin, I can only assume you're talking about slicing provolone, which is not strong. If you mean actual Italian, like imported provolone, like the hard cheese basically, then I'm sorry, for me, that does not belong on a burger.
We're just gonna have to disagree on that one, sir.
Fair. I don't know you.
I will put Italian seasoning in my beef meat. No, that's actually one of the reasons why I want to get a KitchenAid mixer, so that I can grind my own like burger meat, so that I can make homemade burgers at like medium.
Schmancy. I heard they also come with a pasta roller attachment.
You can get that, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is also on the list.
I have drooled over them before.
You said drooled over them.
Yep.
Sounded like just for some reason my brain heard drilled. Get you some.
Burgers usually use a smoked cheese. I could see that. Smoked cheese on a burger can be good. Smoked mozzarella, fresh smoked mozzarella on a burger is great.
I cook my burgers when I'm doing it on the grill anyway. Like if it's like cold outside, of course you can't really grill very well. What I end up doing is cooking them almost like a steak, where I'll put a crust on them and then let them cook in indirect heat so they smoke in the grill.
I mean, yeah, that's what you do. You got to get an extra char on the outside, and then you let it kind of coast the rest of the way.
Yeah. With hot dogs, I can't decide which I like better.
I like a little bit of char on them.
Also, like, I like the char on them, but I also like the smoky flavor you get from just letting them sit on the cold side of a charcoal grill.
I mean, you can. It's the same thing with the burgers.
So I have both.
You can have both. Yeah.
So I just have both. So I'll have one that I char, and then I'll have one that's been smoked. And with the burgers, that they all get their crust, and then they take a look at this cheese spread. That sounds like you might be. I don't know. I don't know what that cheese would be. Maybe.
I mean, it could be
Gouda?
anyone really, but yeah, smoked Gouda is really good.
Yeah, like a smoked Gouda. Gouda's is pretty decent on burgers too. Like honestly, it's still for me like, American cheese is like the king for burgers. Not that I won't have other cheese on burgers, but if I'm making the burger, it's gonna have American cheese on it.
I mean, it depends on what I'm going for, but yeah, like that's the classic. That's the standby. Can't go wrong with a good, American cheeseburger. That said, if I'm doing a chia like a bacon cheeseburger, cheddar.
Well, at that point, you're gonna need something like stronger to like stand out.
Yeah, because otherwise you got the greasiness of the bacon. It overwhelms something like American cheese. And then if you want to get really bougie, if you can stomach it, blue cheese melted on the bun, and then red wine jelly. It is bougie as fuck, but a little that, and then a little bit of caramelized onion. Holy shit! It is fucking gourmet shit.
So I could go for the grilled the onion, but like everything else about that is like it's too much for a burger, man.
Sometimes you gotta go a little fancy.
It's too much for a burger, man. Now, if you're like selling that burger to people who don't know what a good burger is, then like sure.
Nah, I made that for family and friends, and that shit hit.
Yeah, none of them know what a good burger is.
We're just gonna have to agree to disagree.
We absolutely are. From smash burgers to bougie burgers. Nah, no, I'm kidding. It absolutely is fine. I don't know that I could eat that burger. I'll be honest, but like, I won't. I'm not a purist when it comes to like burgers because I've done some crazy stuff. I mean, I put provolone on burgers on occasion, so like, I get it. Oh God, sorry. That hurt a little bit. I don't know about. Like, I'm sure the combination of the flavors is fantastic. I just don't know if that is going to overpower like the beef flavor of the burger.
The smoked cheese you use is imported from Germany, 7 slices for 2 cents. But what kind of cheese is it?
Smoked cheese. 18 kinds of mustard you have in the fridge. Yeah, different mustard for different. Okay, I get that.
I do have like 3 different kinds.
I have 2: yellow mustard and whole grain Dijon mustard.
Yellow, spicy brown, and then like the stone ground Dijon.
I don't hold a lot of condiments in my fridge because a lot of times they like expire. Because the amount of times that we actually have food that requires condiments like that is kind of few and far between. So like either the food that we're making doesn't require a sauce, or if it does, the sauce is already part of the meal.
For me, I'll use like mustard. I will absolutely put a little bit into like what do you call mac and cheese.
Yeah,
it gives it a little bit of tang.
What I like to do, and this might make me a little crucified, I'm not sure, is baked mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Put ketchup in it.
Not crucified because I know other people who do it, but it's something I will never get. I don't get the inclusion of tomato in it. It does not click with me.
I don't know why, but it's really delicious.
Oh, actually, while we're here and talking mac and cheese, breadcrumbs on top, yes or no?
Crushed up Ritz crackers.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I've never tried that.
It's a recipe I actually picked up off of a craft um
It nearly has strong feelings about this.
noodles. I don't remember, like macaroni. It's like they like the craft macaroni and cheese, but not the blue box. And on the back, it's basically you make the macaroni and cheese. I really don't remember the recipe. We haven't made it in such a long time. But
I can only assume it involves making the mac and cheese and then putting crushed up Ritz crackers on top.
well, yeah, but you mix, you make the mac and cheese. You put like half a pound of cheddar cheese, shredded cheddar cheese, into the macaroni, and you bake that. Can't remember how long, 30 minutes maybe. After the 30 minutes, as that's cooking, you melt butter, crush up the Ritz crackers and the other half pound of cheddar cheese, mix that all together. After the thing has baked for 30 minutes, take it out, mix a bunch of sour cream into it, and then put the Ritz cracker crust on top, and then put it back in for like 15 to 20 minutes, and that's your baked mac and cheese. I want to make that recipe with like the homemade macaroni and cheese that I've made recently.
That one feels weird to me now.
The Ritz crackers, or
because the addition of everything else with the Ritz crackers, like I get put like the butter toasted Ritz crackers, I get that because that's the same as putting butter toasted breadcrumbs, but the extra cheese on top just feels like it'd be too cloying almost.
no, it all mixes together really well. I might be misremembering amounts because, like I said, we haven't made it in a while. But half a pound and half a pound sounds right. But it's because you're only using like one sleeve of Ritz crackers. It's not a whole lot, so it makes a thin crust on top. It's one of those things where you have to like try it.
Yeah, I'd have to suss it out to actually see if that would be weird or not for me. Conceptually, it's not awful. I mean, cheese on cheese is doable, but I think if I did that, maybe I'd use a different cheese.
You could. You absolutely could.
Different one for the crust and different one for inside. Yeah. Because that's a good way to balance it, too.
Let me see. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's not a pound. It's a cup of cheese.
That sounds much more reasonable. Because I'm thinking like a fucking thick ass layer of cheese and like soggy breadcrumb when you said that.
No, yeah.
But like a cut, yeah, that makes sense now. That's like a sprinkle.
Okay, so there's a lot less steps in this than I remember, but I'm pretty sure. Here, I'm just gonna post it in your. Okay, I'm not going to because I accidentally hit Control V on absolutely no text in the chat thing here from Twitch, and it just decided to not. But that's the recipe there. So I misremembered a lot of this recipe, like the whole thing basically. I do remember having to like bake it first and then taking it out and then doing the rest of the stuff, but
well, I mean, yeah, that goes without saying.
They're recommending not a sleeve; they're recommending 6. So
this is all sounding much more reasonable.
This is not how I made this recipe. I'm telling you right now. All right, Chris, take it easy.
Have a good one, Chris. I don't know that I'd do cayenne. I'd probably do paprika.
Like a smoked paprika. I think the cayenne's to add more like a little kick to it rather
It gives
than...
a little kick, yeah, but you can get the hot smoked paprika and it'll do the same.
I mean, paprika is dried peppers, so...
Yeah, but it has a different...
Yes, I know it has a different flavor. It's like comparing jalapeno to chipotle. It's the exact same thing, but one's sun-dried.
Yes.
Sasha thinks we're gaslighting him here. In this one instance, we are not. Do you hear like a rumbling?
How so?
The dog is chewing on her antler right outside the office door.
Oh, I heard like a little bit of clicking, but not really rumbling.
Okay. Like I
I'm probably just like hearing the sound of it tapping.
Yeah.
No, it's not too bad.
No bechamel, no care on the craft. Yeah, well, I mean, this is back when I was like learning cooking, I guess. Not really like focusing too hard. Where's my music? I clicked this to play. There we go. Good lord. So it wasn't really until like super recent that I've decided that I'm gonna like start cooking stuff from scratch. So my next thing is to make this recipe, but instead of using the craft dinner,
do it yourself.
Yeah, making a homemade. Which, like, I think I've discussed it on stream before. I've found that making a from scratch mac and cheese takes almost literally no extra time compared to making the craft dinner recipe.
Yeah, pretty much. And the quality, even if it does take a bit longer, the quality, the increase is far,
yeah,
outweighs any amount of time you'd spend.
Like, you end up using an extra dish. Oh no. But like, yeah, the quality between... And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you should never, ever in your life buy the Kraft Deluxe Macaroni and Cheese dinner. Like, I get it. Not every meal needs to be gourmet. Shit, I got Maruchan ramen, and sometimes I don't even throw egg in it. I just cook up a bowl of fucking ramen and eat it.
Anyway, didn't want to interrupt before, but what you talking about?
What?
What you talking about getting another like pan or pot dirty or whatever?
Oh, when making homemade macaroni and cheese?
Yeah.
Do you just throw your dry macaroni and cheese into a...
I'm not counting boiled pasta water.
I am. I am considering that
That's
an extra
fair,
dish. Kraft. Yeah, well, I mean, it's so like I have a Sam's Club membership, so like we get the 8-pack of Velveeta shells and cheese. Because for one, my wife is not... I joke around a lot that she has a dead palate to her face, for anyone wondering. So she doesn't have the desire to go out of her way to cook these things, but she also doesn't really have the time necessarily to do so. And since I'm essentially at work until 6 p.m., and that's kind of around the time that I like to eat dinner, someone's got to make food, and it's really easy for her to just throw everything into one pot and make it. But the other day, I'm very proud of her. She made from scratch. You know what, Frank? I have to be completely honest. The pie that she made that I was clowning on actually came out fairly okay.
Really?
Yes. The crust was not worth making. It tasted just like a store-bought one. But, I mean, let's be honest. It wasn't going to taste like anything special. But everything else turned out fine. And she is, well, capable of pivoting to something that we don't have. For example, we didn't have condensed or evaporated milk. So she made condensed milk by taking milk and shoving sugar into it and then heating it up until it melted all and incorporated. Put that in the thing. So she's very capable of doing the things. She just have to go out and do it.
Well, I mean, that's the rub with like everything.
Doing it, yeah. Food processor. It has taken me way too many years to convince my wife to allow me to get a KitchenAid mixer.
Well, he actually seems to feel bad enough, so you might want to drop the announcement chat for him because
We'll see. I'll see if he shows up. You know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I would love to get a food processor, but the amount of kitchen space that I have currently is dwindling.
Insufficient.
Well, it's like I get the so my wife always complains about how long things take to cook, right? Or how long things take to prep because she's doing everything by hand and she's mixing pie crust dough with a knife. Not a fork, a knife. So I get stuff like an Instant Pot, right? She never uses it. And I encouraged her one day to use it to make this meatloaf that we literally didn't have time to make, or cook a meatloaf for the 3 hours that it takes or whatever. We had like an hour until dinner time. So I'm like, okay, make all your ingredients together, put it into the Instant Pot and cook it for like 30 minutes. And then throw it in the broiler for another 10 minutes, I think it was, I suggested. I don't remember. And
yeah, just get a little crust on it.
We had a perfectly... You would never know that this thing was made in 40 minutes. And then she's never touched it again after that. It's like I'm literally giving you the tools that you need in order to make delicious food very quickly. And she's like, oh, I'm scared of it. I'm like, okay, you know what? That is absolutely fair. It is a pressure cooker.
I mean, honestly, I used to be, but I'm not anymore because the technology has improved so much from like the fucking 90s.
Sneak out and get a cheap $40 Hamilton. It's not no. So like, if I just went out and bought a food processor, like my wife would probably sigh and roll her eyes, but she knows that I bought it for a reason and that I would use it. The one thing that like I wanted to avoid when it comes to buying appliances is attempting to buy an appliance to enable myself to make something, right? So like I want to get these appliances to make my job making these things easier, not to allow me to make these things. So for like bread, for example, I've been home making, not like often, but like for like special dinners, like if we're having steak or whatever. I can't really think of anything like off the top of my head. Like I'll make homemade bread and honey butter because it's like super delicious, right?
That does sound good.
And then we also get local honey. So like I don't know if there's any extra health benefits to eating local honey though. People say like, oh yeah, no, it helps you with the allergies and from your area and all that, and like I don't know if I believe all that, but I don't know.
I feel like you'd have to eat an inordinate amount of honey in order for that to make a real difference.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's a study somewhere that's proving all of these words that are coming out of my mouth incorrect, but I have not seen it nor have had the desire to look it up, so I really couldn't tell you. But we have the benefit of supporting a local apiary, and that's benefit enough, right? Keeps money in the area.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And then I'll make the bread fresh at home, mix it all up, let it rise, do all the other fun stuff, whatever. And that's been nice. And I could go out and buy a bread maker, but why? But I've been doing a lot more baking and a lot more mixing of stuff, and that's why I'm I really want this KitchenAid mixer. And every time they go on sale, I don't have the money for it. So what I was thinking, possibly going thrifting and seeing if I can find one that might need some repairs and use that instead.
Alternately, another really good thing, if there's a particular brand you want to target, look and see if they have either an outlet store somewhere or if they do a factory return and repair thing where you can buy used fixed up ones.
I'll have to look, but I don't think we have anything like that in this area. But I also haven't looked, so.
Oh.
That wasn't meant to be
that came across as so catty and passive aggressive.
Yeah, that was not meant to be passive aggressive.
I get it. You're busy.
No, that's God. How do I fix this?
I get it, man. You're busy. It's cool.
It's cool. There we go. We'll just do that. But so Hamilton Beach, I have a hand mixer, and my wife keeps pointing. She kept pointing at that as if it was good for being a stand mixer, replacement. And I kept telling her, Speed 1 is already turbo on this thing, and then every level above that is just turbo extra. And she didn't believe me, and I was like, all right, make some cookies, use the hand mixer. She's like, well, I want to use the hand mixer. Well, why not? Why don't you want to use the hand mixer?
I can only imagine the of the flour going everywhere.
Oh my god, you have to mix cookie dough by hand until it's somewhat incorporated before you can even think about using this hand mixer. Plus, the box is stupid. Right? the thing doesn't close in properly. I took a picture and I posted it on Twitter, right? I guess I don't know, maybe I need to retake the picture or something like that. But it was it's come on guys, you had one job, and it's the flap is outside of the box in order for it to close properly.
What?
Yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to have to, I can't really explain. Okay, I'll be
Yeah, I'm trying to picture this, and
I think I threw away the box.
You knucklehead.
Yeah, let me go through the 20 million thousand pictures I have and see if maybe I've saved it somewhere.
Oh dear God! I just saw the two last words on that are all I need to say.
Floor mixer solution. All right. Well, how many thousands of dollars is this? Oh my God! I've seen these. Request info. That's how expensive it is.
If you need to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah. So yeah, I was. We were at Williams Sonoma the other day because they were the only place in the entire city that had a bamboo steamer basket.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted soup dumplings, so we went there, and it's a 12-inch bamboo steamer for $30. I mean, that is downright reasonable at any place that you go. But we're just, we're there, so let's look around. They had a KitchenAid mixer, which was actually really, really beautiful. It had a wood colored style bowl, and it was this nice dark forest green color for the actual mixer itself, but it was $700, so it can stay on the shelf. Good lord. But there was a wooden mixing bowl. I was like, well, this is really nice. It's really large. It wasn't really a mixing bowl. It was more like a salad bowl. And I looked at the bottom of it, and I laughed, and I put the bowl back. And my wife asked, how much was it? And I said, well, I looked at her and said, if you have to ask. And we walked away. It was like $200 or something like that. It was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is ridiculous. It was. I'm sure there's a reason that it costs that much, but I'm not here for it.
There are a couple of things I'm willing to splurge on in terms of appliances. The first one was my rice cooker, which I have no regrets on. Getting a nice Zojirushi was such a good decision, man. That thing is beautiful, and it works so good.
Yeah.
And actually, funny enough, it was the same thing for my coffee maker. I got myself a Zojirushi coffee maker, and that thing runs like a fucking tank.
I just have a Mr. Coffee drip coffee thing.
Used to have that, but then after I got the rice cooker, I was like, I fucking love this brand.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a Zojirushi.
It's worth it for the rice cookers because they do the
rice
whole
cooker.
like
Yeah.
They have the presets for like 5 different kinds of rice, and it does oatmeal / porridge and other stuff. So it's neat.
Oh my god, I'm looking for this picture, right? And this is definitely not it. But I found a picture. This was an old ass picture. It's back in the first apartment where I have a goatee instead of the full beard. I don't look anything like it. Like, and I have like frameless glasses. I'm not sharing this picture publicly, but look at what the glasses do to my head in that picture. Sorry, everyone.
Holy shit! It is Mirror Universe, Corinne.
It really is. Yeah, but you're not. No one. Yeah. That's damn. Oh my god! Holy shit! I found it.
Cute.
There was a picture of me and Sasha when we met in Ohio. It's not it. Oh my god, there's my Civic. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's not in this folder. What is this? There's a screenshot of me playing Call of Duty, going 22-1. That's cool.
Damn shame you can't do that in Valorant.
I have. Not in anything that matters, though.
Yeah.
Same thing for that that Call of Duty match. It's not competitive or anything. What is this? That's a peacock. Just finding all these. Yeah. I opened the first picture folder that I found, and it's just a bunch of old ass pictures. I'm just like, oh my god. I don't think it's gonna be in here either. Those are. This one I can share publicly. Put it in, I guess, food, art, music.
Ouch.
Picture the boxes in your photos /boxes /cardboard folder. I don't have one of those, in fact.
Yeah, clearly it's photos / cardboard / boxes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
Get him, nearly. Get him.
What happened to that organization? Oh no, there's organization. It's all camera roll stuff though. Oh, this is pure art.
Oh, that bacon weave.
It's all there. 10,000 photos. No, there's no singular folder with 10,000 pictures. I'm being what's the word I'm looking for? Hyperbolic. There's just a lot of pictures and a lot of folders.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I think if I ever wanted people to not recognize me, shaving is definitely the way to go. Looking at all these like baby beard pictures of myself, and like it's just like, who the hell is that?
I did come across fairly early this week one of the douchiest pictures I've made to ever exist. Those were dark times.
Facetious? Hyperbolic, I think, is more appropriate. Because there are folders with a lot of pictures in them, but...
Fedora, no. Cowboy hat, yes. No, I will not elaborate.
I mean, you don't really have to, because, like... You know, you're in New York, and you're... I don't think I really need to say anymore. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. That is not a picture that's going to be shared publicly.
Let's see it.
Here's 16-year-old Kryn.
Oh my god. You know, you need to let the people see this. Make it like a subscriber goal or something. Because holy shit. The hair alone.
That's some great hair, isn't it?
It almost looks like you photoshopped your face onto a picture of Farrah Fawcett.
I think honestly, I think this picture I'm trying to find does not exist. Not any longer. So like you know how like the way that the top flap is supposed to be cut is so that when like the box locks in with that little tiny like inch sliver of cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
The way that the box was cut, the small flap that goes inside the box had to go outside of the box in order for that little sliver to lock into the lid.
It's. Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm explaining it very well, but like that's the best I can come up with.
So the cardboard tab in the center.
Yes. It's a real shame that I've gone through and deleted all my Twitter pictures.
All right, say it again.
Okay. So imagine the lid of a cardboard box for an appliance.
Yeah.
So you have a flat part that's the top,
Mm-hmm.
and like a quarter of an inch of folded over cardboard that sits itself inside the box itself. And the front side of the box has a little cutout
Yes,
that
where
gets
the tab
inserted
yeah.
inserted into the lid.
Yeah.
The way that this box was cut, in order for you to securely close the box, that little flap that normally goes inside the box had to go outside the box.
I see what you're saying now. Okay.
So it covered part of the like brand name, and it had like a little sliver weirdly cut out into it.
That's kind of fucking wacky. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying now.
It was, but I remember I had to throw away the box because in order to keep things tidy, I had to get rid of the box because it was just taking up too much room. But also because like I still don't want to fucking use that thing because it's on turbo mode 24/7.
Yeah, understandable.
All right, yeah, I have gone through all of the picture folders, and there is nothing. It no longer exists.
Moment of silence.
But I did find a picture that still exists. Just need to. It's right here. It's this one right here. That one still exists. Looking at a multi-picture frame with 13 pictures of you, ranging from 15 or 5 to 4. Wow, I can read. I'm not sure if I had enough or too much. For anybody who is in the Discord and is currently looking at the food art music and wondering why that picture is so significant, it's because that is a 220mm fan.
It disgusts me.
We tried slowing the cheese down, but did we try speeding it up? We did not.
Make the cheese go fast.
Faster cheese. Then you got to keep it scrolling too. I think if it can do like 2 full rotations before it's off the screen, I think that would be the perfect speed.
1 second, I'm doing something just for my own sanity.
Emergency hype.
Okay, so Kryn,
Oh, okay.
is this correct?
Yes. Yes, that is correct.
I get it now. Fantastic.
God damn that hair, though. It's too much work.
Here is Kryn's picture. This is what the box was doing.
Ah, yes. Yes.
See?
He did.
The little tab there.
He did
Instead
diagram.
of going, yeah. I had to diagram just for my own sanity, so I knew that I understood what was going on. So normally the top flap would be tucked into the box,
Yes.
and then, yeah, okay.
Yes. Yes.
I get it now.
Precisely.
Fantastic.
Precisely. I'm glad I was able to explain it well enough that...
It took a minute, but I finally got it. I don't know if that was on me or you.
Honestly, it could have gone either way, because I wasn't entirely sure how to explain it properly. So yeah. Alright, I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Stay. 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 Don't do it.
Okay, that is two full rotations before it disappears from the screen. I mean, actually, it's more like 3. 2.5? All right, so we're using the cup of marinara sauce as the point of reference. That's 1 rotation. 1 rotation. 2 rotation. I think that's as close as I'm going to get. I'd have to actually edit it to try and get this closer. But I can make it do this.
Oh, we got double scrolling action.
It feels a bit much. Also, I just realized if we're going to be staring at mozzarella sticks, I should have played ska.
It's not too... Well, it might actually be too late. I don't know how much longer I can continue yapping. Oh, my throat is getting pretty, scratchety. Not that I really have anything to use it for after tonight, and, you know? Well, maybe if the vertical was slower. Well, whatever's happening to it right now, and it's completely normal horizontal scrolling, it looks like it's going like in a wave. So it's probably fine the way it is, because it looks like it's going up and down, even though it's not.
Yeah, that's true. It's got a little undulation. I can't tell if it's depressing or amazing that I feel like this needs to be like a permanent part of the stream now. This just explains a lot about who I am as a person.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be like a permanent thing, though.
No, I think it's going to stay here, and this is just going to be part of this permanent background now. I mean, stuff will go on top of it if we're ever showing actual content, but I think this is just me.
You know, it'd be even better if it were a high quality render of the like triangle mozzarella.
Oh,
right?
God. Triangle mozzarella sticks are so much better. Have we had the like what type of cut sandwich is best talk? I can't remember.
Triangle. And it's not even close. Look, okay, you're gonna formulate something here, but let me ask you: when you look at a cubano, how does it get cut?
Angle cut, but
on
not
a bias,
but not a total triangle.
But
which
it
is
is a
why
triangle.
I think that the best cut is actually halfway between the vertical half and the diagonal.
No.
So not corner to corner, because that gives you a good biting place to start.
But it's still
better grip.
But it's still in the shape of a triangle.
Essentially, but it's not like corner to corner.
Diagonal across the entire sandwich. Which is triangles. Look, I know I'm known for splitting hairs, but Frank, you're splitting hairs. I can't explain the science behind it, Rag, but next time you make a sandwich, cut it diagonal into triangles. It just tastes better. If you don't believe me, you can ask my 6-year-old son, who will not eat crust on a sandwich unless it is cut diagonally in half. I can't explain it. But there is science behind it. Oh. Well, okay. If it's a hoagie, it just needs to be cut in half. Because you can't really cut that like on a bias, right? I mean, I guess you could. Not that it would really make sense to do so. Also, I've tried looking up to see if there's a high quality render of triangle mozzarella cheese. There is not.
There isn't one of a spinning Cubano sandwich either, which is heartbreaking.
Oh, imagine. No, but there's plenty of gifs of Cubans spinning.
They do that sometimes.
That is not a Cubano sandwich. What the hell? There's a picture of somebody who's cut a Cubano and just in half. And, like, they clearly don't know what they're doing.
That's sad and wrong.
Yeah. Like, you know, normally there isn't, like, a wrong way to, like, you know, eat something. But if you're not cutting your Cubano on a bias, you might as well just not have a Cubano. You might as well just go have a regular sandwich.
That's the thing, though. I'm all for the bias, but I don't like the corner-to-corner cut for some reason. I feel like it makes it more likely to fall apart. Like here, I drew another diagram. I will show you the way I cut my.
So like there's a reason why I have a large cast iron skillet and then like a smaller cast iron skillet, because I don't want to buy a panini press. But I can put the small cast iron on.
See, it's not like corner to corner. It's got four sides basically. That's the perfect cut.
No, it's gotta be from like one side of the sandwich to the other. Like, so you have that
from
nice
one side to the other.
You know what I mean? From left to right.
It is from left to right.
From the left side of the sandwich to the right side of the sandwich. All right. Good lord.
See, then you get like that tiny little bit, and there's nothing in there.
Fucking Sasha. Is that another child? I don't know if you saw. I posted a picture.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's funny because like it kind of sort of started as us like gaslighting him for this, but then like it was like actually we did talk about how I was gonna have some important news for today.
Mm-hmm. Oh
yeah. The joke being that, you know, I gave you somewhat false information about what the news was gonna be. Oh yeah, no, if you like your phone or whatever is hearing us talk about sandwiches, I'm almost certain if we started talking about like anvils and stuff like that at length.
Oh, who was the comedian? I know where you got that from.
No, I didn't get it from an anvil. The lead tech the lead tech at my work. Yes, I realized that I said anvil, not comedian.
Yes.
That's part of the joke. Thank you. One of my the lead tech at my work, his dad had bought a new phone, and he was at work, and he was like, okay, everyone, I just need you to like, I'm running an experiment here. The only thing I need you to do is anvil, say the word, you know, anvil, just like randomly throughout your conversations. I'm testing a theory here. So they would be having the anvil conversations, and like they would keep saying that throughout the conversation. It was like 15 minutes or something like that. And later that night, he was like scrolling through Facebook and had ads for anvils. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah, some comedian had a whole bit on that too about saying random shit to throw off the metrics.
Why does that look like it's spelled wrong? Apparently it's not, but it looks like it's spelled wrong. Okay.
No, it's spelled right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, you're gonna start talking about sandwiches or stuff like that. I'm sure I'm gonna like have a lot of sandwich ads on my YouTube videos I watch later. Um,
I mean, it works for a boy or a girl.
oh yeah, no, but we already have like the girl name picked out. The boy name is kind of. My wife's like, yeah, let's just name him Ash because it's a tree, and I'm like, yeah, no, people are gonna think we named him after Pokemon.
Gotta catch them all.
Pokemon, gotta catch them all. Your Alexa, who you are explicitly telling to turn off a specific light, routinely fails to understand words. Well, if you're too far away, you know those things are like hard of hearing. Like I'll scream at my Google Home to like turn the music off, and then I'll like cup my hands around my mouth to direct the sound waves directly to the Google Home, and it'll understand what I'm trying to tell it.
Google Home, activate intruder mode.
You know what? I gotta see if they have an intruder mode thing. Like, you know, if you sometimes if like you'll go, hey Google, what's that smell? It'll make a fart noise. And I go, oh, sorry, that was me. Or like, hey Google, what are you dressing up for Halloween? Like, oh, I'm dressing up as a personal assistant, or you know, some other stupidly obvious answer like that. So they got some fun stuff like programmed into there.
I like the intruder mode posts where it's like set all lights to red, begin blasting Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh no, wasn't that one turn lights to green, set volume to 10, start blasting Welcome to the Jungle, and then the other one was like the red lights and the Imperial March.
Yes, okay, that was it. Because there are a couple of different versions.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if I like. Oh god, because yeah, I've seen a couple others as well. The other advert was for the NHS. How's that working out for you? So you have chosen death? Yeah, that was fun. Release every Roomba. Oh no, it was, yeah. What are you doing in my swamp? That's what, and then the Smash Mouth All-Star. That's the one it was. But that's what you have to do to like program that. It's not just like baked in. So far it's working by the American one. It sure is, buddy. It sure is. You know, I've toyed around with the idea of moving to Ireland, and not just because of like certain goings-ons in America.
That's the one.
But you know, like places like Ireland and all that, you know, old world places have like castles that had like genealogy records. And knowing that some of my family comes from Ireland, it would be interesting to see if I can track anything down. To find out where I came from, you know? And like, since I couldn't afford to like stay there for like 6 months on like a research thing, moving there would be like preferable, easy. I don't know what I'm trying to say there.
Get wrecked. Can't get rid of me now.
All right. I think I might be done talking. I feel like I'm doing way too much coughing into people's ears, which is completely different noise and level and expression um, than blowing one's nose away from microphone.
Valid.
All right, y'all. It has been fun and fantastic. I am elated at finally being. You guys have no idea. So, before we go, me and my wife knew immediately that she was pregnant. Because she missed that first period, and we were like, "Yep, that's it. We're done." So it has been 3 months, essentially,
Keeping that shit secret.
of keeping it secret and wanting to tell everyone and being so excited. So like being able to finally reveal that is fantastic. And obviously as things progress, we'll end up sharing more. We'll do a gender reveal. No, we won't do that. I'll just it'll be on a TIRCast. Yeah, by the way, it's, whatever. But I will be back, I think, Sunday for premiere, because I don't think we'll be live. I don't think we'll be going tomorrow.
I might, depending on how the day goes and
for
how
tomorrow
much
for a
wine
stream.
I've had. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you should pick a game. Oh, what was that one game where you're a character strapped to a chair and you're flying through lasers and shit? Get really drunk off your ass and play that game.
I think I might have to install that, but yes, I know which one you're talking about.
Because that would be absolutely fucking hilarious to watch.
Where is it?
Anyway, y'all. Keep it. Should we come up with some sort of stupid ass outro thing, or should we just be like, keep it casty? I don't know.